Admittedly, Solov wrote this article in 2011 to summarize a book he published that year, but this legal scholar has been way out in front on these issues for a long time. At 28, he published a missive about how George Orwell's 1984 is the improper text to use when describing the surveillance state, and Franz Kafka's The Trial is better because today's surveillance programs are increasingly bureaucratized.
This tongue-in-cheek blog article by a sociology professor is written in a somewhat colonial voice and uses the snippets of information available to the British Crown to identify key American revolutionaries. It's a nice primer on how a little bit of metadata can go a long way while sharing basic precepts of data analysis. Google fellow and former editor Jason Q. NG has been analyzing censorship on Chinese social media for some time. In this post, he delves into the complex censorship regimes utilized by China, and cautions against celebrating the perceived relaxation of blocking. If it ain't blocked, it doesn't mean they're not watching you.
According to a BuzzFeed News report, Nandan Nilekani exposed himself to identity theft by tweeting a picture of his own Aadhaar card on April 12, 2014. Though he blacked out the first 8 digits of his 12-digit Aadhaar number, he forgot to black the QR code, which contains all his personal demographic details such as name, address, that could be read by any freely available iOS or Android app used for scanning QR codes. Does that mean Nilekani's private information remains online? The answer is yes.
Recently, the government has made Aadhaar number mandatory for obtaining benefits under the Varishtha Pension Bima Yojana, VPBY, pension scheme. The move was made to bring in greater transparency and maintain digital records of financial products through the country. In addition to financial products, mobile SIMs, PFs and other social schemes have also been urged to be linked to Aadhaar.
The concept of interpersonal or social freedom refers to relationships of interaction between persons or groups, namely, that one actor leaves another actor free to act in certain ways. This concept is best defined by reference to another interaction relation, that of interpersonal or social unfreedom.
Indeterminists often hold that human beings have free will, that is, that their actual choices and resulting behavior are not causally determined but constitute chance events. Determinists can with perfect consistency deny this doctrine and yet affirm that men often have freedom of choice.
Free often refers to a characteristic, not of actions but of persons. A person may be said to be free to the extent that he has the disposition to act freely, or to act autonomously, or to develop his capacities to the fullest. Marx, for example, prophesied a society in which the free development of each is the condition for the free development of all. Freedom becomes a synonym for self-realization. Laski uses the term almost exclusively in this sense in his article on Liberty, 1933. If freedom becomes a label for anybody's moral or political ends, then everybody's value commitment to freedom will be vacuous. All will agree that liberty is the supreme good, but they will agree on nothing else. Meaningful disagreement about the value of freedom presupposes agreement about the meaning or freedom in non-valuational terms.
This was the case for conservatives in France, where, unlike the happy condition of Britain, the experience and effect of revolution had disconnected the state from what they believed to be the true spirit of society. This compelled thinking through with passionate intensity questions of order and legitimacy, and it fostered a politics that made fundamental distinctions between what is true and what exists.